Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Celebrity Apprentice. Last time on Celebrity Apprentice, Summer Sanders was fired. So, back when they sent them back to the suite, Holly pretty much insulted Cyndi by saying, like, what are you doing here? How did you escape the boardroom? That was incredibly rude. And then all of a sudden, Cyndi was going on and on about the gays. I'm assuming she was talking about her charity, but I just didn't see the whole correlation between all of that. All right, so Donald knows that Sharon and Maria don't particularly like Curtis, so the way you solve that problem is put Curtis on a team with Sharon and Maria. And that's exactly what he did. So Bret had to go over with Cyndi and Holly. Don Lefrak is one of the eyes and ears this week instead of Ivanka. Perhaps she's on her honeymoon. I don't know. So it's time to renovate an apartment. And when I say renovate, I mean paint and stage. There was no renovations going on here whatsoever. So Don needed a couple of takes to explain the whole thing, and I thought that was pretty funny, and I'm kind of glad that they left it in because it was a nice comic relief moment. And it's going to be judged this week by Lee Curtis and Jonathan Adler. Jonathan Adler is one of my favorite designer judges because he was on that other design show on, I think it was Bravo. Fabulous! And he just happens to be married to Simon from Barney's New York. All right. What a cute couple they make. All right, so the PMs this week are Holly and Sharon. Everybody wanted Cyndi to be the PM, but she didn't know anything about decorating. And Holly said that she knew of Jonathan Adler, so that was a pretty good reason for her to be PM. All right. Cyndi wants to put some cool stuff in the room, you know, like a sofa that looks like lips and a disco ball in the kitchen or maybe in the bathroom. Good ideas, maybe. Perhaps, but Holly wants a Zen theme, and she's pretty much disgusted by her team. Just first thoughts, you know. So, essentially, this whole project is for an extended stay hotel room. You know, like when an executive from a Fortune 500 company has to come in, blow into town for a month or 2 or 10, and he needs a place to stay while he's doing his job. That's going to be one of these places. But they want to include a celebrity room, too, for when he wants to unwind, or she. So Sharon and Maria butted heads right off the bat when they went furniture shopping because, according to Sharon, Maria, she has a truck stop style. I would have to not agree. All right, so Cyndi went wild in the prop shop. And she said, hey, let your freak flag fly. I don't know how she got that out because I totally did not get that out of my mouth just now. I think I needed to take 2 like Don Jr. Sharon pretty much lucked out because when she called the prop house, the chatty lady on the phone told her everything that the other team was doing. And Sharon knew anyway that they were going to do some kind of Asian theme kind of thing. Curtis had his friends hook up their team with like $10,000 worth of stuff, but Sharon pulled some strings and she had some people she knew hook them up with about $140,000 worth of stuff. So their room was looking pretty fly. Well, their whole apartment was anyway. Maria did some damage control when Lefrak showed up, and she was just like, well, it wasn't my idea to do it like this. I wouldn't have held back so much, and look at my boobs. They're fabulous, aren't they? So Curtis and Sharon called in some people to help them paint. Maria had some people come down. According to Curtis, it was like a real dorm party. Funny, I don't remember ever painting any dorm. But, you know, with the pizza and the beer, it kind of seemed like college. Sharon was having a lot of second thoughts on the colors of the walls because it was pretty much up to her what the design was going to be. And they had to change them quite a few times, which really put a time crunch on them because it's not easy waiting for all that paint to dry and then you bring in expensive furniture. It's time crunch. So Bret was taking these amazing photos of the city from the balcony. They were really nice, and everybody was pretty much impressed by them. But when he had them printed way too small. So he had to have a rushed printing job on those, and they finally came back. But he had to run them up like 18 flights of stairs because the elevator just wasn't happening. So Holly and Cyndi, this was kind of weird when they pretended to be a gay couple, a gay married couple, when they went shopping for furniture. Not really digging that, but whatever. It was just too weird. And Cyndi's a little bit of a loose cannon. She likes to yell at the people. She's passionate. She's an artist, you know? Cut her some slack. I yell all the time, too. It's us creative types. So, at Tenacity, their room, that was the Balinese theme, with the one crazy room that Cyndi did. The green that Holly picked out that she said was in her mom's house, that was horrible. It looked like pistachio. And it looked cheap. They had too much crap in there, and they had too much rattan and wicker in there, I thought. But the executives loved the celebrity room, and they loved Bret's pictures. Well, at Rock Solid, the guy seemed a little bit concerned that there was no dressers. Hello, there's no dressers in my house either, and I'm not a celebrity. I just don't like dressers. I have something against them. I just don't like them. But the whole apartment at Rock Solid, it looked appealing and expensive. I certainly hope so, because all of the furniture that Sharon picked out was expensive. I really think they should have had a budget for them for this so that it would have been more even. I don't know if the other team realized that they could like call in favors and stuff like that. And, it would have been fairer if they had come up with like a budget or something. All right, so in the boardroom, we find out that Rock Solid wins because, expensive looks better than cheap. So Lefrak, he felt a little generous and he doubled the prize to $40,000. And Sharon wins $40,000 for her charity, Cedars-Sinai Sharon Osbourne Colon Cancer Program. So congratulations to Sharon. And now it's time to fire somebody. So Cyndi was pretty upset because she did all the grunt work. She felt like she gave more than 100% on this task. But Holly came to win. Ugh, that is such a lame reason. Like Bret came to lose or Cyndi came to lose. They want to win money too. Well, Cyndi talks too much and she was rude. Well, Donald doesn't have a problem with that. But I don't know. The excessive stories, it eats up a lot of time. And when she admitted that the Red Room was Holly's idea, it didn't really fare well for her because they thought that she deserved all the credit. They didn't realize that Holly had something to do with it as well. So in the end, it came down to Holly versus Cyndi, but Donald wanted to throw a little drama in there and say, well, Bret, you don't have much passion. Maybe I should just fire you. And he was like, no, you're mistaking lack of passion for me just staying out of the two hens fighting, So Cyndi was fired in the end for time management. And I don't know, I'm going to have to not agree with Donald on this one. I really think Holly should have been fired last week. She got a free pass last week, and her design pretty much sucked this week. And she should have been more on top of Cyndi. Yeah, it might have been difficult, but you were the project manager, honey. And if you decided that you were going to be the project manager, you should have stepped up and did it 100% instead of trying to throw other people under the bus. I'm thinking that by giving Cyndi the one room, she was hoping that she would say, like, look, this room was a cluster, you should fire her. But it turned out really good, so whatever. Next time, somebody gets fired right off the bat. Like that. And the remaining 4 are going to be interviewed by Joan Rivers and Bill Rancic. And then 2 more are going to be fired. And then the final 2 are going to battle it out to the death. Till then, much love.